This thing might blow up instantly. It was a jam. I feel like that should not do that. That makes me already worried. I thought I cut my hand open. Alright guys, today we're going to be testing out some 1-star tools from Amazon, and we're going to see if all of these tools are just as bad as the reviews say that they are. So first, we're going to start off with this Deck Pro toolkit. There's a lot of tools in here. We're mainly interested in the drill, because that's where the bad reviews are. Somebody said, the drill smoked and stopped working. While trying to drill a moderately tight screw, the drill started smoking and stopped working. Somebody said, do not buy. Wife went to use the drill a month or so after order and the drill doesn't work. So all these complaints are the drill not working. Left the drill charging overnight and it never charged. I tried different cables and outlets, but it was just a dud. How do you open this thing? Okay. Gotta be smarter than the tools you're working with. Okay, this is actually a pretty decent kit. Got nail nose pliers. Although those are a little bit stiff. Oh, we got bits and stuff. That's kind of cool. So this is our culprit. Let's just take a little peek at everything else. That could be better. Hammer's probably fine. Oh, wow. That tape measure's got some real spring to it. Have you guys ever seen those tape measure races that people do? Where they hook the tapes onto stuff and they let them race? That thing's got some spring to it. Let's go this way. Tape measure's pretty good. Takes a USB-C battery charger. Battery removable or not? Of course it's not. Why would it be? So it looks like it's already charged up. Just from spinning it that little bit, it already stinks. The reviews might be right. This thing might blow up. It smells like just really, really bad burning electronics. Also forgot to mention that this kit was $53.99. So for $53, if this thing blows up, that's bad. So let's do a little bit of drilling, see what it can do. So first, we're just going to start off real easy. Just 2 tiny little drywall screws. Make sure we can do the basics. I ain't gonna lie, it put it in there, but I felt like it was struggling. Let's go for this knot right here. See if we can put it in there. Okay, it did it. I don't feel like it liked it. Okay. Alright. Let's step it up. Let's step it up. Step it up to some bigger screws. I don't think, actually, that's going to drill right into the table if I go too far. I don't think it's going to be able to put these in. I'm not going to go all the way in because I don't want to hit the table. I mean, they put that in, no problem. Didn't even struggle. I'm impressed. I felt like it was struggling with that, but like, maybe it's just the way it runs. A screw that long covers all the bases that you would need with this. So let's try maybe just like drill some holes. So we're not gonna just drill any normal holes. We're gonna drill a 3/8 hole with a spade bit. See if it can handle that. So it can do it. It doesn't like it. Although I'm impressed. I don't know where all the hate's coming from. I feel like we might have a real winner here. Let's go 1/2 inch. can't put a lot of pressure on it because it will stall out. We're still going. We did lose 1 bar of battery already, so that's kind of a downfall. Let's go 5/8. I mean, if you're gentle, the motor is starting to, it's really starting to stink. Let's just go big. Let's just go ahead and jump straight up to 1 inch. Not if you don't put it in the truck, all right? All right. I mean, look at that. It didn't like it, and it did struggle quite a bit, but it got it done. Off camera, just like let the battery run dead and then try to recharge it, make sure it recharges. But as far as power is concerned, I don't see what all the complaints are about. All the comments were saying like it was trash, it didn't work, all that stuff. So if you guys are like me, and you tend to be a little bit forgetful sometimes, which I know that's shocking, me being forgetful, then today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help. So what is Rocket Money? Rocket Money is the personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. Now, let's go back to canceling those unwanted subscriptions. I could not tell you how many times I have needed a service and I bought 1 month of that service and then completely forgot about it, and then I end up paying for that service for 3 or 4 months. So I'm sure some of you guys have done that exact same thing. So Rocket Money can help with that. Rocket Money safely and securely identifies recurring charges and cancels unwanted subscriptions for you. You can even cancel from within the app with just a couple taps. No need to worry about those annoying customer service calls that I know that we all love, where you call them and they waste 2 hours of your time just trying to reel you back in to keep you paying that monthly subscription. Rocket Money has also helped save its customers up to $740 a year with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. Rocket Money can also help you set a budget by analyzing your spending habits to create a custom budget that works with your lifestyle and automatically monitor your spending by category. And if you exceed your spending in that category, you'll get notifications. So if you want to try Rocket Money and take control of your finances today, you can go to rocketmoney.com/TylerTube, or you can click the link in the description. Our next item, trying to be cool there, is the Chica Reciprocating Saw. Classic reciprocating saw, it says. That has a nice little picture. We're cutting through some stuff. The reviews on this, pretty interesting. Put your money in a name brand. After only the second time using, the entire cutting mechanism fell off. That'll be exciting. Crap. I'm using the saw. It's real slow, not very powerful, and used for a while. Wasn't happy with it anyway, but it fell right apart in my hands, and the saw part fell out. It broke in its first use. I purchased the saw by accident. I ordered 2. I sent one back and was refunded. Great, no problem. Now I start to use the second one and the inner drive shank comes off. Sounds like we have a very reliable product on our hands. So this is the saw. I just took the battery off the charger, so we have a fresh charge. And I can tell you that it feels very underpowered. Like, just listen. There's such a delay between pushing the trigger and it, like, speeding up. I have a feeling this is going to be extremely underpowered. We're going to use a fresh wood blade. I feel like that should not do that. No, that's the way it's supposed to be. All right. That makes me already worry. So we obviously need to have a baseline. So we're going to use the Milwaukee for our baseline. There's going to be a timer on the screen. We'll see how long it takes to make one cut. I imagine pretty fast. That took way longer than I thought it would. I wonder if these blades aren't that good or something. That gives me little to no hope for this. Watch it end up doing it faster. But there's no way. You can't even put pressure on it. Oh, alright. So, you can't put pressure on it or it'll just completely stall out. I feel like that time could have been slightly close to the Milwaukee, but I don't think you can stall out the Milwaukee. No. I can put almost my full weight on there and it doesn't stall out. Yeah, you can stall this one out in a heartbeat. See how much battery we got. Oh, still got a full battery. It was with a blade that is made for wood, but specifically wood with nails. I have a different type of blade that's much more aggressive. I honestly just want to see if the more aggressive blade, if it even has the power to just simply cut through the wood, period. So this is what's on it now. You can see that. And this is what I'm putting on it. So you can see how much more aggressive those teeth are. All right, Milwaukee's up first. Okay. I'm gonna have to like lock it in with my leg. Okay, that was much faster. Even the Milwaukee was struggling a little bit. Whenever I would push down, I could feel that it was maybe not on the verge of stalling, but it was getting kind of close. Which makes me think that this might not even be able to get through it at all. I mean, hey, it did get the job done. I don't know how close that was time-wise. It almost felt a little bit faster. Like maybe just letting the blade do the work made it quicker. I'm gonna do the Milwaukee again and just not push down as hard. I feel like that's closer than it should be. I don't believe this deserves 1 star, but it's not great, especially in the torque department, considering that if I touch the blades to the wood, it can't even get started. That's pathetic. Dig the blades in there. Yeah, dig them in there. Oh, if you really dig them in there, this one stalls too. Yeah. Unless you really dig them in there, it'll stall. But this one, it can almost do it. Oh. Okay, so yeah, the torque is a problem. I guess it depends on your use case. If you needed this to little tree branches, or maybe if you were just trying to like cut through PVC pipe. I mean, even 4x4s, but maybe you're paid by the hour, so maybe it doesn't really matter how long it takes you to make your cuts. Then I could see something like this being useful, since it is underpowered, and I do believe it has a brushed motor. I would say if you do get any real use out of this thing, it's probably gonna die off pretty quick. And just a side note, the battery is pretty hot. The motor's pretty warm too. So if you used this over and over for cuts, actually, let's do that. Let's make like 4 or 5 cuts in a row. See if it'll overheat or anything. We're down to half battery just after that, so you're not going to get very many cuts out of it. I think it's a little bit better than what the reviews would suggest. I don't think it's great. I would definitely go for something like a Milwaukee or something, even something corded. The thing was $59.99. I feel like for just a little bit more, you could get something that's corded that's going to have more power. So I would probably, if you're in this price range, I'd probably try to go for a corded option. I'm not seeing that. I think it's a winner. Next we have the new Master Brad nailer gun. It apparently does type 50 and type F, whatever that means. It also says that it is a professional power tool. And here's some of the reviews. Stopped working after 2 weeks. Product won't shoot nails or staples. I've done all the troubleshooting and nothing. Very disappointing. Don't waste your money. Used this product for less than 1 month to reupholster one chair before it broke. The spring assist on the staple rail came completely detached on the inside and shot out the back. Sounds dramatic. Lots of misfires, even with placing the stapler 100% properly. Cons, lots of misfires, partial misfires, or no fires. No adapter for stapling small gauge wiring down. Let's see what we're getting ourselves into. Oh. Staples and nails. Okay. I'm no staple gun expert, but that seems alright. Load up some staples first. I just have a piece of wood here that clearly needs to be stapled. Oh, that was a little bit intense. It did work, but it didn't get it flush. I don't know if it's supposed to be getting it flush, but it didn't do it. Oh, that one's flush. I mean, that seems to work. One thing I have noticed right off the bat, that if I had to use this a lot would be very annoying, is that when you let it sit like it is now, whenever I push down, as soon as I pull the trigger, it goes off. Instantly. But if I try to do multiple back to back, there's like a delay. So watch. This will probably be instant. Next one, delay. That one never even went off. There's like a 3-second delay. Main complaint here is misfires. I'm just gonna shoot all of these staples and see if we get a misfire or see if we encounter any problems in general. Let's get to it. Oh, right here. I don't know if you'd consider this a misfire or if maybe I just hit a hard place in the wood, but then the staple did not go all the way in there. It just kind of like folded over. I don't know what you'd call that, but that was not a clean staple. Oh, it happened again in that same area. So that must be like a knot or something in the wood. Maybe that's not the fault of the staple gun. Oh, I think we had one jam. We either had a jam or a misfire. It was a jam. So there's one jam. And we're out of staples. Okay. Personally, one jam out of all these staples, I don't feel like that's bad. I don't know how many staples that is, but that's a lot. So let's switch to the brad nails, which looks like they gave us less of. It says load brad this way. Oh, wait a minute. Can't be that way, right? No way, right? Oh, that is how you do it. Okay, so that's kind of cool. If you see in there, you just put them on one side. That's it. Which means it's only going to come out of this top corner. Okay. Alright, so we shot out every single staple, every single nail. I don't think this thing has any business being rated 1 star. Because out of all of these nails, we got 0 misfires, 0 jams, zero problems. All of them are completely fine. Some of them didn't go in quite as deep as the others, but you know, it's like near areas where there's a knot, so that's completely understandable. Same thing with the staples. Some of them didn't really go in, but I have a feeling it's with the wood itself, not so much the stapler. So out of all this, we had one like jam with the staples. I mean, I don't know what else you could ask for. If I buy a stapler, one out of every however many this is staples, jams, I'm not going to be mad about it. I think that is well within the spec. Personally, I think this thing's great. If you need a brad nailer / stapler, I would check this one out, honestly. So I don't think that deserves 1 star at all. So now we move on to our final product, the Inventor 5.8 amp mini circular saw. This one did not have that many reviews in general, but it did have a couple people that said that the problem was the bolt that holds the blade on. They said that it snapped off. So I guess we'll see if that's true. One thing I would like to note is that once I put the blade on, I gave it a little test, and it sounds kind of like an extremely underpowered like motorcycle. Like it almost makes me wonder if it's gonna have enough power to even really like make cuts, but I guess we'll see. So it also has, this is actually really cool, it has a laser, so you can see exactly where you're cutting. So we're going to utilize that. It doesn't have enough depth to cut through the 4x4, so we're just going to do a couple passes. Maybe don't shine the laser in my face. I don't know about you, but that cut looks so crooked. I kept seeing some reviews, or quite a bit of the negative reviews were saying that the saw couldn't do what they needed it to do. Maybe this is what they were talking about. So we're all the way down. We have maximum depth. And this is where you would adjust, like if you wanted like an angle or something. But it doesn't seem to have like a 0. I don't know if you can see it, but that's not much better. That's not that straight. So the problem here isn't so much that it has, whether or not it has like the power to cut. It's just crooked. Let's do it again. Yeah, I can tell it's still like slightly slanted one way. So that sucks. I mean, I guess depending what you're doing, if like, I don't know, if you're doing something where it just doesn't matter, then maybe it wouldn't matter to you. Let's just go max angle. I mean, that's not too bad. Like it's very flimsy. The plates don't quite, like I said before, there's no real true way to make it 0 itself. So this plate right here hits on the bottom of this plate, and there's no way to actually make it 0. So when it hits, if you have it level here, then you have like, I don't know how well you can see it, then you have a pretty good slant this way. But then if you force this to be flat, then the back end is flexed up. You just kind of have to like shoot in the middle and try to just get as straight as you can. Let's try going through really fast to see if maybe we can bog it down. When this thing came up and hit me in the hand, I thought I cut my hand open. That scared me to death. I mean, power does not seem to be an issue at all. You can cut straight through it as fast as you want. I think all the problems are just with the alignment. I am going to, not that it matters, but I'm going to switch out the blade to a tile blade just because it says that it cuts tile, so we're going to see if it'll cut some tile. Alright, just for fun, let's see if we can, got the tile blade on there. Just see if we can We're just going to cut the corner off this tile because I do not want to throw too much of this dust in there. See if we can make a little cut. That's horrible. Yeah, it did make a cut. Jeez, that was so bad. Definitely would not recommend using that to cut tile. All right, so overall, I think the 1-star tools were kind of, I guess maybe half and half. The drill was definitely better than I expected, which I did run the battery, did off camera and recharge it, and I did recharge fully, and it seems completely fine. So I don't think there's any problems with that. The reciprocating saw was just kind of underpowered, but overall not really that bad. It didn't fall apart in my hands like they said it would. The nut didn't break on the other saw, except for it was kind of, all the alignment tools were like way off, so it kind of makes it essentially useless. I don't know. I think if we learned anything from this, I think we've learned that the Amazon reviews cannot really be trusted, and sometimes the products might be better than other people say they are. So, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.